Shocking.
What the devil?
What the devil?
The cage of Asmodius, to keep valuable or forbidden artifacts.
Asmodius is the
Surrounded
devil.
by cumulative destroyer magic. Be very aware. Destroyer magic is conferred to every object or subject that comes into contact with the cage, whether directly or indirectly. Whatever falls into the cage cannot escape forevermore. Invisible threads of power hold the desideratum in the middle of the cage. The chandelier can neither be moved up nor downwards. Then the wine will run through the hole into the cage, or through the cage. Be that as it may, this doesn't get me closer to retrieving the artifact. For the sake of old times. What if I just let them drop in? The shards hover in there like the wooden ring.
I got about a magic ring. The one ring to rule them all.
So much for your invincible cage.
Let's return to Gwynlein's house.
I must find the harp. I'm certain the seer keeps her captive there. What's written here? The print is so small. What's written here? Raven's Peak. What does that mean? We have to talk. Does the name Raven's Peak mean anything to you? Gwynling scribbled that on his drawing of the harp.
That isn't the name of a mountain. Perhaps you will find a hint in the ethnographic section of the library.
I'll be back soon. Raven's Peak, Raven's Peak. Damn, there must be something to be found somewhere, perhaps on a different shelf. The fairy scholar has all the records concerning that matter. Ravens, damn, perhaps on a different... Here's something about transmigration. It is said about dark druids that they can exchange their soul with that of an animal, or even a human. Then they migrate from soul to soul and thus live many a year, until their own soul goes to the unnamed. Some fairy folk are also said to have this talent, but those just do it for pleasure, and so they play a joyful game with it. Raven's Peak, Raven's Peak. Here, the mountain Raven's Peak in the stone oak forest, and on this page, Magician Dorota has drawn the way to the magic harp.
Excellent.
We have to talk. Look, Giacomo, the seer's ring.
By all the stars. In the meantime, I've read through more of the magician's analysis.
Do you know what exactly the thing does now?
Zinda have mercy on me. It really seems to swap the souls of two living beings. It's important to have a focus. The artifact has to be equipped with a part of the target's body.
The raven's feather, from my dream.
That's right. The target must be near the artifact too.
How does it engage the magic?
If you speak the word, the magic of the ring is engaged immediately. Alas, this says its magic is spent for the most part already.
What does that mean?
It can only be used once more.
I'll be back soon. We have to talk. What exactly can be used as a focus?
You will need an actual part of the target's body. Hair, fingernails, blood. That associates the ring with the target person. The body part has to be conjoined with the artifact. Touch it, as it were.
The seer is still captured in the ravens. And what did Gwynling used to say?
Wait.
Why? If the seer is so...
Or we'll let him get his hands on the artifact and do exactly what we originally planned to avert.
Do you think you're telling me something I don't know? But we are not the future's slaves, and I don't see any alternative. I'll be back soon.
Wait a minute. We need to change the magic word.
We have to talk.
What exactly?
Would it be possible to change the ring's magic word?
You mean the trigger? Why do you ask?
We could render the ring useless to the seer and use it as bait instead.
Interesting thought. The analysis of the magicians say that this is possible. The original word has to be recited backwards, followed immediately by the new word to be implemented.
Have the magicians had any luck with this?
I'm afraid not. They never found out the seer's word.
In my dream, the seer mumbled one word when he changed souls.
Try to remember it.
It was... Corvus.
Formidable. Now we can prepare the ring with our own magic word.
How about... Satinav?
That is a very good choice. Satinav it shall be.
I'm ready to go to the Raven's Peak to free NURI. I'll bait the raven with the artifact he so desperately wants. Then I'll kill him, or flee with NURI.
I don't know, GERON. Certainly it is useless to him without the new magic word, but how do you want to set the trap for him?
He is a raven. I am a bird catcher. I'll come up with something.
I'd like to have your self-confidence. So, this is goodbye then. May the stars of the worlds and all the fairies' luck be with you.
Farewell.
Farewell, and keep away from the harp's strings. Touching them destroys the human spirit.
Thanks for your help, Giacomo.
Later, Giacomo.
They say time heals all wounds, even its own. But GERON's time had almost entirely run out. Fate, destiny, doom. He didn't bother with such thoughts anymore. The end of his journey lay before him.
I'd better lay low.
All right. GERON enoughs have come to the last leg of our journey, folks. The wintry wind peak caps of the mountains and Raven's Peak. You see the seer's creatures looming about like retards. Some sacrificed men around a raven's statue, being chewed on by ravens. A large catapult. And a larger catapult. Looks like a trebuchet almost. And it looks like they've cleared up our inventory quite a bit. Knife, flintstone, and tinder. And the seer's artifact, aka the One Ring.
Very good. The ice is coming off. Now it should be working. Now it should be working. The mechanism still works. And the bolted lever that locks into the cogwheel has been removed. Without a bolted lever locked into the cogwheel, I can crank all I want.
The dead horse's body here. Pretty wicked.
It can't have been dead for long. This is a knight's horse. The foreleg is branded with the oak of Andergast.
Poor Mr. Ed. Poor Mr. Ed. Fuck this raven statue.
This is for you, Raven. The lever goes with this cogwheel. The catapult isn't loaded. Well, how could it? There's no sling.
Sorry, Mr. Ed.
Sephiron will understand. This piece of skin should suffice.
Ugh!
I don't need any more.
Damn. Some horse meat, some horse hide.
These will have to do for one single shot.
Oh!
I always wanted to do that.
Oh, bye-bye. Bye-bye, foul beans. The lion's den.
Those beasts guard the way to the harp.
Oh, some rubble.
This horrible humming. My mind can't take it for long, but I have to push on. Those beasts guard the way to the harp. First I have to fix the pole.
Of course, we gotta fix the pole.
NURI, I'm coming, and then the raven will decorate this pole. Very well, but what will I sacrifice to the beasts? I'm reluctant to cut off my own hand. NURI! How am I supposed to reach that? Why must everything always be out of reach? How am I supposed to reach that? My arm is too short.
Shank
Got
that
it.
bitch.
This is for you, meat fly. NURI.
Called that bitch a meat fly.
NURI. NURI.
Who are you?
You have to stop playing.
I'd like to, but my hands don't belong to me anymore. They keep on playing until everything is black.
Don't bother, bird catcher. There is no salvation. Nuri and the harp are one.
Seer.
Yes. It's a shame that I am who I am, that I see what I see, and that I have to do what has to be done.
You are asking for sympathy?
I am not heartless, Nighthare. I'm just taking what was meant to be mine.
And what, pray tell, is that?
I was once promised eternal life, but all I got was the prospect of a painful death. But this cannot be my fate. The gods have one more task for me to fulfill. There is a reason why I was blessed with the gift of second sight. That's why I mustn't die.
But die is what you will do. I'll pluck you and then stuff you.
Think about your next step wisely, birdcatcher. It doesn't have to end here. Don't you understand? Nuri is just the fabric your dreams are made of. The magic bird that vanishes as soon as you reach for it. Down there, real life is waiting for you. The herb girl will give you many children. Children that no fairy would have ever born for you. What do you say? Don't you want to give me anything in exchange for that? Didn't you bring what belongs to me? Give me the artifact, and I'll let you go.
What did you do to Nuri? Let her go. Torture me if you need a sacrifice.
You cannot save her anymore. The harp has consumed her. Every attempt to free her would mean her death.
What do you want with the ring? Will your spirit occupy my body?
Indeed. Wouldn't that be sweet irony? But why would I want to be a bird catcher when I could be king? The artifact! Give it to me!
Don't give up, Nuri. I'm sorry I lied to you. I wanted to save you.
Don't worry. Imps lie quite often too. And I like imps.
Oh, how heartwarming.
You'll be free soon. Then you'll fly, free like a bird, soaring up to the skies. Somehow I'll get the harp to let you go.
But I am the harp. And if I stop playing, everything will break apart.
I have to go now.
No. Please stay.
The Birdman wants you to be alone.
No. No.
So that I don't distract you.
No. I don't want to be alone. I have played for so long. I wanted you to come here. The Birdman promised me.
The focus. I'll use Nuri's tears as focus for the artifact. The same way the seer used the feather to project himself into a raven's body. Very well. Here, take your crown. Wear it for as long as you live. And now, you never meant to let me go, right?
Be mad at the gods, Nighthare, not me. Every lot they foist upon us seems so unfair, doesn't it? But what do your woes or those of a fairy mean compared to all the lives I could save?
Let me make a prophecy for you. You will fail and meet your death. The doom that I am supposed to bring only affects you. Your time is up.
Time? What do you know of time? Time is the fire in which we burn. Once the original gods shattered the mirror of the cosmos, which showed the future. Tonight, I'll reassemble the shards.
The Keeper of Time will punish you for your heresy.
The Keeper of Time?
The 13-horned, the chained giant.
Do you still not understand, Birdcatcher? The 13-horned has no dominion over me. There is no Keeper of Time. There is no Satinav.
Oh, shouldn't have said that.
NURI was free. And GERON returned to Andergast with her. No one there even knew of his great deed. But he didn't mind. The crows had vanished, and so had the dark dreams. And soon, the land fell into a blissful sleep again.
Kind of a short ending. So the soul of NURI entered the crow, and the soul of the seer entered the poor sap that's got to play the fucking harp for eternity. There's another Dark Eye game called Memoria. It's out on Steam now. Trying to get a physical copy in English. Waiting for Amazon.uk to come with it. You can get it on the German Amazon site, but it's all in German. When they do the UK releases, or the European releases, it's all in English. So I tend to nab them from Amazon.uk and just pay the bullshit shipping. That's not on there yet. Still waiting for that, and Goodbye Deponia. There's also a couple more games that Deluxe got coming out. Night of the White Rabbit looks pretty good. That's on Steam as well, but again, waiting for a physical copy. But anyways, this is probably not one of my more favorite Dedalia games. I still like Deponia and Edna and Harvey much better. It's a good game, but I don't know, it just doesn't have the character, I guess. The graphics are pretty sweet and different. It's very dark and ominous story. And what I'm going to do is, Mr. Satan sent me a link to a Easter egg with a sex scene between GERON and NURI that I didn't know about, but I'm going to leave that in the description. I didn't have any saves near it, or I would have added it myself, but check out the link in the description, and that'll take you to a rather hilarious scene of NURI and GERON fucking, more or less, and NURI giving him some head, which I thought was quite hysterical. Anyways, that wraps it up for this, folks. It's another Game Hoarder production coming to a close. It's time for me to pack some more stuff and get ready for my move to the middle of America. And I'll try to get some Privateer and Stone Keep done here and there. In the meantime, you all take care. Keep watching my hordlings. And until next time.
Nuri, what are you?
Don't say anything. I know.
Nuri,
I just want you to think of me.
Nuri. Nuri, you're naked.
Mm-hmm. What's going on?
We need some gear before we can move on. I'll be back in a minute. Ow!
Ah! Can't you at least do this without the powder?
That stuff is really making me itchy. Very well then, I'll do my best. This might batter the Queen of Nostria to death. Nuri! Nuri, what are you? Nuri!
And could you do that somewhat faster too?
The first shot has to hit the target. Nuri,
Whoops!